All right, first I want to say I'm sorry I couldn't be there today. I'm having to spend time with family, and we had a family situation that I had to basically go to. So I'm making this video to kind of help you guys through this, which for this particular worksheet, I don't think that you would have a problem. I know from the past that you guys know how to do this when we went over it, but I'm just gonna do some quick notes on it. We'll look at the first one. The first one we have 3/8 plus 3/8. The denominators are the same, so you don't change that. So you're gonna have 8 in your denominator. Then you're gonna add 3 plus 3, which is gonna give you 6. You're gonna have 6 over 8. Notice in the direction it said write in simplest form. Hey, I first want to see what your answer is before it's changed to simplest form. And then I want to see what you did to change it to simplest form. So in this case right here, I'm going to get my pen. So I know I got 6 over 8. And I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say, what number do I know that'll go into both 6 and 8? Well, I know that both 6 and 8 are divisible by 2. So I want to see divide by 2, divide by 2. And I don't want to see a big divide here and then a 2 on the side. I want to see that you dividing 6 by 2 and dividing 8 by 2, and then what you get once you divide those. That's what I mean by simplifying your work. All right, let's go to one that we may have an issue with, but we shouldn't, because we've been talking about integers and dealing with integers, both positive and negative numbers. So let's go down here to this one. It says negative 5/9 plus 7/9. So we know that this negative means that this is on the other side of 0. But we're going to add to that 7/9. So we're going from the other side of 0, 7/9 spaces up. So in essence, what we're doing is, our signs are different. So we're going to subtract. So we're doing 7 minus 5. 7 minus 5 gives us 2. We keep the same denominator, but then we're going to look at this. Since 5 is negative and 7 is positive, 7 is the bigger number and it's positive, our answer is going to be positive. So it is a positive 2/9. If the 7 was negative and the 5 was positive, well, the 7 would be bigger, and since it's negative, our answer would be negative. We would put a negative sign here. But since 7 is positive and it's the bigger than 5, our answer is going to be positive. All right, let's look down right below it. Down here we got negative 3/4 minus 2/4. If you want to, you could do the number line. If you want to, you could do the plus and minus signs, or you could just change this to an addition problem. So if we change this to an addition problem, it becomes negative 3/4. We keep the first fraction the same. We change the minus sign to addition. And we take the opposite of the second number. So this becomes negative 2/4. Then when we're adding integers, if the signs are the same, we just add them. So 3 plus 2 is going to give us 5. We keep the same denominator of 4. And since both of these are negative, our answer is going to be negative. So negative 5/4. Can we reduce that? Is there a number that will go into 5 and 4? No. But we can divide 4 into 5. So 4 goes into 5. 4 goes into 5 one time. 1 minus 5 minus 4 gives us a remainder of 1. So our answer is going to be 1 and 1/4. I'm sorry, negative 1 and 1/4. Because remember, up here it says to add or subtract, write your answer in simplest form. So the simplest form for this one is a negative 1 and 1/4. And I have shown all my work. Make sure that you show all your work. All right. I thought there was some word problems that went along with this one. Oh, y'all got lucky this time. All right. So no word problems. All right. So let's look at the second worksheet. All right. For the second worksheet, you're comparing and ordering rational numbers. Comparing, ordering rational numbers. So in each one of these spaces, you're going to put a less than, greater than, or equal to make the statement true. You also must show your work. Show your work. We've done these before. And when I did them before, I told you, I said to compare them, I would do the alternating. So both of these are positive. So I will multiply 7 times 3. Let me get a pen here. So I will no, that is not a pen. I'll multiply 7 times 3. 7 times 3 gives me 21. I will multiply 5 times 4. 5 times 4 gives me 20. 7 times 5 is 35, so I'm going to have 20 over 35. Okay, I know that's look like a messed up 3, but 35. Then I'm going to have 21 over 35. And I realized that I put this here to show you guys what it was doing. And I really messed that up because it's got that X over the circle. But which one is bigger? 21 is bigger, right? So our sign should be going this direction. Notice I showed my work. You want credit, you got to show your work. All right. Be careful because they have some, like I have 2 negatives here. So when I go to solve this, it becomes, you got to remember the rules for negative. The bigger the negative, the less its value. So up here, we had 2 positives. So the bigger the positive one, the greater its value. But when we're dealing with negative, the bigger the negative value, the less its value. Also, sorry about that. When you come down here to the bottom where you got these mixed numbers, I want you to change the mixed numbers into fractions with larger numerators. Then I want you to tell me which one is less than, greater than, or equal to. Remember to change a mixed number to a fraction with a greater than numerator. You're going to multiply the denominator times the whole number. So 1 times 7 is 7. Then you're going to add that to the numerator. 7 plus 1 is 8. So this becomes 8 over 7. So remember, multiply the denominator times the whole number, then add the numerator, and then that becomes your new numerator. Keep the same denominator. Keep the same denominator. All right. We have not discussed. Yes, we did. We did talk about changing a fraction to a decimal. So for these down here, I suggest you change the fraction into a decimal. You could change the decimals into a fraction. Just pick which way you want to do it. If you're going to change the fraction into a decimal or the decimal into a fraction. When you get ready to put them in order, I need these numbers. So if you change 9/20ths to a decimal, so we would take 20 divided into 9. Well, 20 don't goes into 9 0 times. I'll put me a decimal, annex is 0. 20 goes into 90 4 times. 4 times, that's 80. That gives me 10. I have to annex another 0, bring that 0 down, so that's 100. 20 goes into 100 5 times. 5 times 20 is 100, which gives me 0. So notice I have a decimal 0.5. When I go to put these in order from least to greatest, is it from least to greatest, from least to greatest, from least to greatest? So if I'm putting it in order, and this is not the answer, is 0.48, comma, for some reason the 8 didn't come through, then I'm not going to put 0.45. I'm going to put 9/20ths, which is what I originally had. Then I put whatever the second one is, which is 0.46. I do want to see what you did to change this into a decimal, but when you put them in order, I want the original numbers used. Just what place value should it be? If you were to change these to fractions, remember the last place value. So this is the hundreds place. So we will put 48 over 100. And then we would have to do 46 over 100. Then we would have to find a number that 20 and 100 can go into. In this case, 20 can go into 100 because 20 times 5 is 100. So we would have to multiply the numerator by 100 also. So 9 over 20 be times 5 times 5. So 5 times 20 times 5 gives 100. 9 times 5 give us something, and we will use that. All right, let's look at the last worksheet that you guys got to do, and we're about to run out of time. The last one says write each repeating decimal using bar notation. So I notice here I say 0, 7, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. We notice that there's a repeat. So if I was to rewrite this, I need to draw. Rewrite this, I will rewrite it as 0.735 and put a repeating bar only over the 3, 5, because those are the numbers that repeat. The 7 don't repeat, so I'm not going to put it up under the line. Only the numbers that repeat go up under the line. I said line, but I should have said repeating bar, because this is a repeating bar. So only the numbers that repeat go up under the repeating bar. For the second part of this, you are to change the fraction into a decimal and use the repeating bar if there's a repeat. So for this one, remember to change a fraction into a decimal. We divide the denominator into the numerator. So 5 would be on the outside, 3 would be on the inside. So -5 divided into 3. Our answer is going to be negative. 5 goes into 3 0 times. I'll put a decimal, annex a 0, bring my decimal up, and then I say 5 goes into 30. So if there's a repeating bar, or repeating pattern, we'll put the repeating bar over. I do want to see your division. Show your work. All right. Y'all should be able to knock this out the box. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. All right. Have a good rest of your day.